Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to match number 2. And I think this is a terrible matchup. Some people in chat think it's a great matchup. We will find out. Is Dwarves versus Pro Elves good or bad? Whatever does happen, we know we're going to be playing against a hooligan. And they've not forgotten to put the skills on this time, so there's that. Get away with that.
Well-played gamer just cheered 100 bits. Hi YouTube, if you would like to have a player named for you on a team, like, subscribe and comment, put me in coach on the video.
That's a really good idea, Lplate. Thank you very much. I endorse that idea from Lplate Gamer. If you would like to play as a player on a team, then please say, put me in, coach, and I will put you in. Trev, take care. Thank you very much indeed for the detail of the pack. Once again, if you want to see all your Blood Bowl stats and numbers and all this fun things, then go to nufflenumbers.net. It's the name of this team, so you won't forget. Trev puts in a lot of hard work, so you don't have to. IBs, you've got to write it on a YouTube video. Hi, I can't put you into an adult video, sorry. Right, what have we actually got here? We've got a dwarf dude our chops. Oh god, this is full combat orientation, isn't it? Ugh, gross. God. Well, that hasn't worked. Quick snap, short kick. Ugh, gross. Gross, 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 gross. It takes 6 hits in the first turn. Well, he's not dead. We are probably down. Well, we're down to 10. This is going to be hard work. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the world of Blood Bowl 3, Mr. Rick Reckless. Rick, are you now back? Is this you officially back? Tell us so. Welcome, Rick fans. Thank you for the raid. We are playing Arena. Rick, you're missing out by not playing Arena, by the way. I saw you playing Ladder. Rick gave Cyanide gave Rick 20,000 Warpstone. Really? Starting to feel Infinity Bowl a tad. Well, you're probably aware, Rick, of the 20-game sprint runs you can do. I think that they are actually interesting. Night, Jamba. Yeah, I think the 20-game sprints are actually a thing. Although it's not advertising the game this season, they are still. I still think that they're fun. And run you away. I guess we're gonna have to just run off, right? I do not wish to stand here and eat punches to the face for no reason. Jesus. Should really get to Diamond rather than build my Imperiality so I can do the sprints. Yeah, Rick, I mean, I think that's for me is just go and play Orcs, get them to Diamond, and then start a 20-game sprint of Imperial Ability or a 20-game sprint of whatever. Because I found as a content creator, much like yourself, that the novelty of 20 games was about right when I was doing them for the last few seasons. I'd do 20 games of X. And then they literally bring this in, and I'm like, I don't want to do that now. I want to play this, and all I've played this season is Arena, and I've been ticking them off. Like, can we get all the races completed? I've managed 7, I think now. Content. Oh no, it's not called content. It's called. So, but it sharpens your tabletop game to a degree. There's definitely a twang of, well, hang on a second, because draws, but apart from that, yeah, it's good. Hey, Jock, thank you kindly. You've been hanging around a while now, you have, yes. And you've turned into a titan of Blood Bowl.
For 22 months. I've been hanging around for a while now.
I'm making waffles.
So those of you coming on the Rick channel, do check this. It's only a very short deck. But it is the update on December in terms of how the game has been going and what is new, what has happened, how is it progressing. I went through the slide deck in detail earlier in the show, but I think
Cyclus 86 just followed.
Thank you for the follow. The headlines, though, really, as what we're looking for, are that the game is broadly growing. It's not growing quickly, but it is growing, which is great, and we are going to start seeing, I think, more Arena over the coming seasons. Right, did we go and rescue this Blitzer? I think so. I mean, I'm going to rescue it, but just not yet. Okay, then let's go rescue you. Leave those 3 L's on the floor. There we go. El Jaro, thank you very much indeed. 30 months.
Although
Beautiful.
I really like the arena format, isn't it splitting the player base in half? I saw on SteamDB that there is about 500 players a day.
So El Jaro, there is. I mean, do check the slide deck, but the number of players playing in ladder plus arena this season is greater than the number of players that have been playing historically. They are not. There's less people playing on the ladder this season. That is for sure. But when you go and look at the matchups that you're being offered, you're typically still getting matchups that are within 50 TV. Yeah, Purpose, I think you're quite right about that, which is, I think if the game had launched in the state that we're in now, a lot of people would be really happy. Yes, it's not perfect. There's still a way to go. But I think that now is what we should be playing, and you know, it would be great if this is what we were playing. Yanium says ignored. Why are you being ignored, Yanium? Go for it to throw that hit. Perhaps. Let's see. We're going to hit that and isolate it out. Mind. Never mind. Guess we just stay put. Totally directed a question to you and you ignored it completely. Scrolling. What's your opinion on the? Oh, what's your opinion on the Eternal League beta they put an announcement about? Ah, right. So that's going to be a slightly longer answer. What do I think about the Eternal League? Absolutely not aimed at me in the slightest. No, nothing to do with me, because Eternal League is single player. So yeah. Couldn't give a shit is the short version, because it's not aimed at me. However, if you're asking me as a content creator what do I think about it, I think it's fucking brilliant, because although I don't care about it, a lot of people do, and that is really important that a lot of people get the content that they want. So I'm delighted for them. Right? Don't care about me, do care about them. I know that there is stuff coming down the line with relation to the Eternal League and stuff. Dance on the head of a pin here. So what is coming is good. Yeah, I'm not saying any more. I'm not going to dance around here. But yeah, the fact that the Eternal League is again, it is giving the people a way to play the game that they want to play in the way they want to play it. Fucking brilliant. Really good. Really, really, really good. So, long may that continue. The rolly thing going away? It is. Good. Dirty rolly thing goes away. It's a shame. I don't think there's any way of surfing that now. because he's on 11 players. So any casualty now is great news for us. So what are we going to try and split off? Get this mighty blow one maybe. Out the way. Now, if he wants to engage, he might. I want him to have to come back to come and get me. 2, 3, 4.
Seriously, my giraffe just subscribed for 52 months. Oh, look what I found.
Don't mind. Rain says, BB3's AI is too expensive to make good. It'll never be good. Thank you, Raffers. Thank you very much indeed. 52 months. The Raffa 52s. You put him off. Yeah, we've gone and chuffed our saves into the end zone, haven't we? Never mind. I guess this run will never go onto YouTube. This is going fine. This is going exactly as planned. Do need to try and split these off a bit rather than allowing them in. I think we can get you to go there. Not going to do anything with you just yet. Okay. Turn. That's a shame. The dwarf runners really have passing on a primary. Yes, they do. Who wrote this shit rule set? Guess that'll be GW. I don't know if it's shit or not. Do you? Wow. That's brutal. Medic? Oh. Oh. Oh, fucking hate Argue the Call. Hate it. With a passion, hate that skill. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. That player should have been sent off. It shouldn't exist as a skill. It just shouldn't exist. That's annoying. But bribes are fine. I hate it. Like, it's a necessary evil for the shitty teams like goblins, right? I've got to have it because of goblins. But it's not a good skill. It's like, haha, finally, this is, oh, for fuck's sake, it's not going to happen. When it should happen. It's not quite a gotcha, but it's not a million miles away. Five plus, 4 plus. Do we actually want to do that? Want to do that? Mind. Why are Roman Union in the same tier as Wood Elves? I actually know the answer to that question, but we'll go with, I don't know. No, the reason is that it keeps the rule set really simple.
Brand new banger.
Janet Seth just followed.
That's a reroll and a player. It's unlucky, that is. Really unlucky. Oh well, no forced score then. Oh, Dutchoff, thank you very much indeed.
Dutchoff gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Can do this on 3 dice now. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. Amazing. Not that. Frustrating when you roll badly. So we're going to be capped at 10. No, we're capped at 9 at the moment because the KO, we only got 1 KO back. We're down to 9. What are you talking about, Jock? Bischoff says, just won my second game in our big league. Thank you, game, for the useful guides and funny gameplay. Funny gameplay? You mean tactically astute and a very, yeah, strong. Well, yeah, Star Ferry. That's what I would like to do, but I've made a vow of uploading all the games to YouTube's, even the fucking losses, which happens all the time. I just very rarely lose.
Ah, smug mode.
Now we will consider how to one turn. Where we can go. That's one. We need to get the catcher to somewhere in here. These are not guard stacks. So, that in mind. Do anything else? Catcher goes and stands back here. Catcher with dodge goes there. Hopefully we can do this. We've got a couple of rerolls. Well, we've got to do it now because it's going to get worse. So let's do it. Right. All is now being recovered. No follow. Do I need that 4+ dodge at some stage? So, you go there. You punch. You're there. You're there. That square's a shit. How do we fill that in? Fill. We've got sidestep. Sidestep makes this so much easier. Do I need that dodge? I think we need that dodge, don't we? That's the square that we have to fill in. Never mind. Never mind. Bischoff, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. If you do want any help, by the way, there's a live help channel. It's called Discord. It's always got people inside it. So please do. Just join Discord. It's a great place to be. You don't get stuff pinged at you all the time. Right. One, two, three. I'm going to carry it on a dodge piece or a wrestle piece? Probably on a dodge piece, probably. 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 So I think I'd rather get you away. There we go. Yeah, no, we're going to run away. If I stand and fight two mighty blows, I won't have a full team for overtime. So I can't stand. It's silly. It's silly to stand and fight because I will just get blammed. So if I can pass 4 turns of no damage, then if this goes to overtime, that's okay. I wouldn't do this tabletop, but I think that the difference maker here is that this isn't tabletop. Can you repeat the word probably more quietly? Are you quoting Mutant Aliens? Not deliberately. Oh. Jealous is why you're carrying on a lino. At the moment, that gives me more flexibility because I'm going to bring the ball forward, aren't I? At some point. The way that this Dakar specifically is playing out is we can put the ball on a lino 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Then we can have the catches spaced out. Mute's the little girl in Aliens. Aware of her existence, even if she is fictitious. I'm going to start bringing this a bit forward. Let's see if he wants to trade out a blitz. Maybe he does. Maybe. Yeah. And what was her real name? I don't know. That I don't know. do you know that? Because it's not noted in the film, is it? Right? There's not a little name tag with a name in it. She tells them. Right, okay, sure. I mean, I believe you all. I'm not sure YouTube are going to, but sure, why not? Nagmar, probably, yes. The best solution would be to have no overtime. Well, that's what we're going to hit. Yes, I think the blodger. Go there. That is coming all the way forward. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Right. That would be very, very, very nice. I think I'd like to do. Hot. The blodger is going to go through the hole. Fail. Let's see what that looks like. You're on 2 rerolls. Leave it then. Right, you're on 2 rerolls. Daka is good besides overtime format. It's okay. But I'm having to consider a overtime format here, right? That's the problem. So because I'm considering an overtime format, I'm looking for a 24 turn win. And that's harder. Not impossible, just harder. Whereas on a 16 turn format, I've got the same amount of resource, but I can spend it faster. Because in a 16 turn game, my team only has to survive for 16 turns, not 24 turns. When you watch the pretty pictures in a movie, do you know the actors talk and give information? Really? I'm going with no. I mean, yeah, the other option is to increase the TV of the actual cash you get of the teams a little bit, so that if Pro Elves had 14 players, again, I think they'd be much less inclined to want to do this, because that resource is spread over a longer period. No, I was saying it's for team building, not skills. I'm not saying you need to make a 1400 TV team with skills in it. I'm suggesting that you make an option that might be worth looking at is, do we want to put a 1400 TV team in with cash? Yeah, there's a Nurgle or another team that there's 3 or 4 teams that very, very, very much want another 10k of cash. I wouldn't want to do that. Bar disaster dice we're in. You can go and stand over there. Over there, right? You're over there and you're safe. So the 2 options I'm looking at here, and which one am I going to take? We go down this guy, kind of in here, kind of. Block here. Give the ball to this. These 2 can run off with this support, and I end up with a little side cage of people over here. I think the better move is this one. 3. Matters. It does matter 1. Matters because it gets in the way of one of these players. Okay, so we've got to make a 2+ somewhere. Right, you're holding the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the ball could stand up there. Oh, for free, look. That's nice. There. Go there, and you have that there as well. That goes there. There. Sausages. Have you watched The Godfather? Did you enjoy it? I don't actually think I've genuinely, not messing around, I don't think I've watched it, no. Frank Froglock Corp says, I can only play Arena on weekends because 24 turns can take a lot of time. How would you all feel about overtime being removed? And draws being not good enough? Would that be okay in everyone's mind or not? Right? So you can have wins and draws. Sorry, draws screw you up. Like, no, not straight to kicks. So no, it just ends at turn 16. If it's a draw, it's a draw. However, we've got to work out what on earth you would then propose to do in the case of draws. It makes it too hard. I think it makes it too hard, but equally I'm hearing that it's not 1 or 2 people that don't like. They don't like it, right? Oh dear. Oh, he's marked up all the dodge pieces with tackle and all the non-dodge pieces without tackle. I don't think this is his first rodeo. I think we might just go and score. It's much safer. It is much safer to just... We can stall, but I don't want to waste the re-roll. I do think that if you make the change, I think draw being 50% win and 50% loss. Yeah, you could. The problem I foresee is that it requires UI change, and UI change is notoriously challenging. Because the UI has been built with the box in mind, right? Blitz. Not a blitz. Not a blitz. Come on. I rolled a 1. With overtime being a big part of the arena, is there anything to balance out some of the drawback of being a coin toss? So that's something that's come up in conversation very recently. Like, what about if the defending team just holds you to a draw in arena? So you don't go to kicks, that the impetus is on the attacking team to actually win the half. That has been discussed around a lot. Lord Darius, so they've only got 2 turns, but they're not going to actually manage it. So we missed the 1 turn, and we're now playing. We're playing to see if we get the ball. If we don't get the ball, it's going to be really hard, right? We're in a worse state than we were in the first half, because we're down two players. So yeah, what's the hope? Well, the hope is that the ball goes slightly deeper, or we get a favourable kickoff result, or we receive the ball. But our win conditions in this game, we've missed some of them already. We've missed the 1 turn, for example, which was one of the notable win conditions. It favours 1 turn teams. No, because it's not golden goal. So no, it doesn't favour 1 turn teams. Unless, of course, well, I suppose, actually, no. The 1 turn for the defensive team would have to come on turn 24. So if you're playing a Wood Elf or a Skaven, who are the notoriously famous 1-turner teams, does it favour them? I don't know, if you can do a 1 turn on turn 24, Jesus, you've avoided a lot of attrition, haven't you? There's some kind dice for him. We'll go for it with block. No block is block. Oh, hang on. That's a blitzer. Good enough. Scoring a 1 turn from here, are you? Nope. There are so many little unintended effects of messing with overtime. Yes. I mean, I don't dislike the way it is now. I'm not pro changing it, but what I am trying to acknowledge is that some people don't like it in its current form. So if there's a better solution, we should look at it. I'm not convinced that we've got the tiering completely correct because of overtime. So the tiering is basically been a lift and shift of a tabletop type tournament, and therefore I think the elf teams need a bit more help. Or more specifically, the teams that are fragile need a bit more help. And not loads, just a bit. Like probably another 50k of cash. Nufflesnumbers.net. Do they get to receive? Or do we have a big problem? Let's find out. We do. Hooray! That makes it interesting. I think if we'd kicked, we were in big doo-doo. We were in big doo-doo land. But we can Daka here. So he'll run away. That's what we'll do. Kick for flex. Well, yeah. Damn it. Well, this is bad because he's now going to base a bunch more of my elves. We're going to see a base here and then a double base here, presumably. Yep. That's it. How do we want to approach this? Because I'm going to trade a hit. I've either got to make 5 dodges, right? Or I get to trade a hit. I think we take the 5 dodges. Well, you can't be unhappy with that, right? You can't be unhappy with that. We're down to 9. Was it you, Lloyd, that laid it down? You were, yeah. Lloyd, what have you done to me here? You'll go. I'll stay here. Last turn. Right. They've gone for an early bath. Yeah. Just let it go to kicks. What, just stand here and like, ha ha, kicking. We are going to play for kicking. We're going to come forward this turn. 1, 2, 3. There, so that goes there. There we go. Right, let's see what he does now. I've had to bring it forward, so. This is literally, should we just both reset and it's now your turn? Elf Pit says pointers on that positioning. So I'm light on players, but I started building knowing that I've only got 9 players. That is effectively a 4-4-1 in my head. So 1, 2 spaces player, 2 spaces player, 2 spaces player. That was the front 4. They were always going to be the linemen, and I've got, looking at it, I've got 4 linemen. We've then got 4 non-players that are going to be contacted, and then the ball carrier. So it was the back 5 doesn't really matter where they are so long as you can't get hit. It's the spacing on the front 4. And this guy really ideally would have been another square forward, but we couldn't make that happen. You're welcome. Good question. Good question. And this is probably where we actually have to make our first choice. Either left or right, flipping hole. So if we move that out of the way, yes, that square looks horrendous, right? It's 3 tackle zones. But it's actually 3+. The downside is it's 3 tackle. If we move that guy out of the way, it's 3-3-2. But it's not through tackle. Or we have to decide to try and move this guy out of the way. We can run around the side. So I've actually got to make an informed choice. Or we don't go any of those options, right? Because that's quite, it is, all of those are quite aggressive. you're right. Maybe we don't do any of those. All of them. Let's do a half-arse. You there. That I'm not going to move. That I'm not going to move. Page has to go back one. I'm going to dodge you through, and I'm going to dodge you through. I'm going to try and pull his team apart. I think. Right. Yeah, Thulian, I think that was the slightly safer play, because once you've got two players behind his cage, his line, he's got to go and deal with them. Yes, he's going to blitz the catcher almost certainly, but I think that it distorts. Instead of having a nice line of players across the field, which is two-dimensional almost, he's now got to distort that and pull it tall as well as wide, and that's where you should see the gaps. So I'm hoping that tall and wide is the way forward here. Dicky Staffley strategy, gotcha. Yeah, basically, yeah. The idea here is to go tall and wide. It's wide and tall. Wide and tall. Definitely making Hooligan think, isn't it? Currently activated one player. Two players. Three players. Hello. Gibbardson. What am I taking to Water Bowl? I haven't looked at the rule set, Thulian, so I don't know. Is the rule set insanity like last year, or is it a little bit more tame? Because I believed, I was told it was going to be a bit more tame. Untiered 1150. Oh. Thank you very much indeed. And it's 5+1 untiered. Oh, it's undead then, isn't it? That's not even a... Or lizards. Both of which are very strong. Because you're picking a tier 1 team that likes having a secondary access that he builds well at 1150. Oh, undead, undead, and undead. That's undead then, isn't it? Six 1 on lizards. Well, 5 and 1 lizards is also fine. Is it Water Bowl? Yeah, the question was, what am I taking to Water Bowl? The answer is Undead. Taking woodies for a bit of spice. They don't build great at 1150, I don't think. There appears to be a fucking giant hole in our opponent's defence. We shall take that then. Or I mean, we blitz it and knock it out of the way. Reliably expect to be able to move all of this. Could even hand it off, and then you could run off and stand over there. Nice to punch that though. It's a bit greedy with one reroll. I think it's just a bit too greedy with one reroll. If I hit it with block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah. It's this. You through. Now we can punch that. You can get the dude out. Oh, there we go. Not a go for it, is it? No, it's not. If you're on the floor, tag. $11.60 is great for woodies, yeah. I spy the centre of the field. Indeed, yes. They made a bit of a tactical error in the first Dakar. So one of the ways I'm breaking through the Dakar in terms of thinking about what not to do or what to try and avoid or whatever is you're looking for a gap. Gaps will appear when you have contact that you can exploit. So, so our opponent leaving some base, some not base, inevitably is going to leave me to the ability to be able to push some things left and right, and then with our blitz we can then poke a second thing. So the best sort of solution here would have probably been no contact at all into standoff. 5 card, 1 defensive lizard. That's I mean, you can't do anything on your turn either, but that would be quite fun in terms of Vile. That would be awful to play into. So Dwarves is a tricky one because if he chose to stand on the halfway line. The moment you stand on the halfway line, you actually need to deploy the Longbeards behind in the second row and have the non-Longbeards in the front row, because the Longbeards are the thing that I don't want to go anywhere near. I don't want to go 3+3+2+ through tackle. So because he put the Longbeards on the front, and then in both occasions we had Longbeard and then runner that I just ran through, it made it a lot easier for me to get through. So the single biggest change I would advise this coach to do is put the Longbeards in the second row, which I think is counterintuitive. Right, where are we going to stand? Probably over here, right? No, it's slightly harder to get to. That's off tackle. That's off tackle. That's not got dodge. That can't hit me. That would then be 2D. Yeah. Cool. That means we can now move you into here. Can't hit it. You could. Do you? We roll that? Probably do. Definitely going nowhere. Santa says, is that where you went when you did in order to get contact rather than avoiding exploiting it, as you said? Yeah, so at some point I've got to bring forward, and my experience with the Dakar is that you're trying to work out where what's your pacing, and over the 8 turns, you've got to build in some redundancy for when, damn it, it didn't quite work. So you need, if the ball is here on turn 6 and you need some spare space, that doesn't give you an awful lot of latitude to be a hero. So you probably want to be trying to push through on turn 5. So therefore, if you stood here on turn 3, you've got to be stood there on turn 4 to have a go at turn 5. So I think I've got comfortable with most teams back, waste a turn, start thinking about rolling forward. And I definitely have tried variants of, try and push on turn 6, try and push on turn 3. And I have found that what works for me broadly is to go on, my go turn is start bringing forward on turn 4, my push turn is turn 5. Because unless our opponent here does something incredible, we're fine. I'm literally going to walk this in. Oh, there's the incredible thing. Oh dear. Oh. We're going to kicks then. All right. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. Right play. It was absolutely the right play. Wrong end of the dice. Maybe prank, maybe. Can but hope. Oop. Making it 1-1. 2-1. 3-1. Yeah, I'm a hero. Oh yeah, I can roll a d6 better than you. Oh dear. That's how we beat dwarves? Kicks.